Hey YouTube, I've decided I am definitely not going to give up on this guitar. So this is a Jackson 8-string guitar. I can't remember what model number it was. Yeah, so this was kind of donated to me as a, I bet you'll never learn to play this thing, and it's like that was a while ago, and I'm bending my way around it. So what I've done now is I've adjusted the action a little bit. I've taken a wee bit off undone the trussard a little bit, so the action a little bit higher, makes it a little bit more springy. Also, I've added a coil split. When you think, oh, 8-string guitar, why would you want a coil split? And that's because I don't intend to use it as an 8-string guitar, because I can't. The music I like, apart from baby metal, doesn't really have normal low tune guitars in it. So I'm going to do whatever I feel. I'm going to try and use this guitar with what I want. I know it kind of looks a little bit metal and stuff like that, but I don't. A guitar's a guitar. So I've now got single coil tones, so we've got bridge pickup. Neck pickup. My thinking is that once I've learned, sort of get used to just avoiding the top 2 strings, or just navigating the guitar, I'll be able to learn to play baby metal on it eventually once I get used to it. And both pickups for the, I suppose, Telecaster sound. So, time to put something inappropriate in what I'm going to use this guitar for, rather than what it's really meant to be for. Bit using the foot switch as well to get the bass on. Pickups. suppose I'll go for a humbucker. Single chord on distortion on. The drive channel, not the reverb which I meant to hit there. time we're on the wrong string in this jam. Finger thing, it's hard to find the string. My way into it slowly but surely. I think the trick in a lot of these things is just to actually spend some time playing it to get used to it. Before, every time I played this, it always seemed to end up being one string fatter than I wanted to, and I'm kind of getting better. I think what I may be able to do now is a bit more, instead of counting from the bottom up the way, I'm counting from the top down, so it's easier to get into up here somewhere. Single coils. My thinking was that single coils was going to make it sound like a guitar, and possibly it makes the bass sound more like a bass. Just put to the bass amp. Just play the bass on it. I could totally, if you were a man down, just say in a band and it's like two guitarists and a bass player, and the bass player falls off the stage, for example, you could sort of flip onto it and cover him. I mean, that's me playing through the bass amp, but it doesn't sound quite so bassy if you play through the guitar amp. The trick is I'm going to keep playing this, and eventually I might actually even try and write a song with it just to try and use it, like maybe some sort of loop jammy thing, kind of like what I was doing there, just to try and use the bass element of it. I wish I'd plugged in my acoustic simulator pedal, which I keep meaning to do, haven't bothered doing yet. There's something quite perverse, I think, if you were playing this guitar and you get it sound like an acoustic, playing a bit of Cat Stevens on it. They're lovely. idea what that chord sequence is. I keep playing A minor, F, A minor, G thing, but it's dead good to play cheesy solos over the top of. I don't know if it's a bump of anything particular. Yep, so this afternoon I'm going to do a bit of editing and wire up this awesome idea. This is my pal Alex's. Unfortunately, the neck is, he's painting, he's waiting for the paint to dry on the headstock, so he just gave me the body he's wanting me to wire it in. So I just think, I'm hoping, he's going for an all white one. He's even put white plastic strap buttons on it. I just think that, I don't know, no idea what kind of guitar it is. It might be a Gibson or something. It looks to be made of some sort of light wood as opposed to being mahogany, but an all white Les Paul, I think this is going to look absolutely epic when it's done. And I was actually asking him whether he's managed to find white, hardware, white bridge and stuff like that, and he says he hasn't managed to find it yet. I think these things you can get if you're willing to pay hundreds of pounds, but I mean not on something like that. So I'm wondering if is he going to get away with just painting what's on it. He was talking about we were discussing powder coating. I remember making a coat hook in crafting design at school, and it kind of, from memory, we dumped it in some sort of powdery stuff and then baked it in some industrial oven thing, and it gave you that sort of white plastic coating, which might work for the tailpiece anyway. I think with the bridge, what you do is, I don't have a guitar with a Tunomatic just now, but if you took the saddles off it, painted it white, and then put the saddles back on again, I think there's a fair chance that would work. So unfortunately I'm not actually going to get to do a video on that guitar because it doesn't have a neck. He said he's waiting for tuners as well. I wonder if he managed to find white tuners. I don't know. I suppose you get white buttons on the end, but I wonder if you can get actually all white tuners and then white strings. Rocking. Yeah, so this is actually a really good guitar. The reason I've dug it out is because somebody was looking for one. This is about a month ago or something. One of the guys on the Facebook page was looking for an 8-string to try the Meshuggah thing, and I messaged him saying, I might have one, and then I didn't fully commit to selling it, but I kind of was talking about it, and then I was like, an hour later I was like, I'm sorry, I can't get rid of it because I need to learn it. And he was a bit cheesed off about it, so I'm sorry, but I didn't actually commit to anything. But I really feel I should have one, and because I've got one and because it was given to me as a challenge to, I bet you'll never learn to play this thing, I kind of want to. And I think this approach of just using it like a normal guitar just now until I get used to the actual concept of having the extra 2 strings, and then maybe going on and trying to play some extreme metal. I mean, these pickups are very, very high output, and they do want to do all that stuff. It's just so low registry you can't actually hear what's going on. That's how ignorant is that? Just assuming that that's what all the bands it downloads sound like. I'm sure a similar thing must have happened in the late 60s when Sabbath first came out, and all these people were used to listening to music and they heard that and they just heard every riff as being, someone hitting a steel drum with an oil drum with a hammer type sound rather than actually hearing any musical content in it. I'll maybe get into it eventually though. Got really high access really good access to the high strings. There's so many notes on this, and I'm pretty sure it's a different scale length as well. I've not even put strings on it yet. It's a 27-inch scale. I've not put strings in it because I'm not really sure what ones to buy because it's really long scale. And see, if you look at the E8, the D string, that's a hell of a distance there, and I think it's through strung as well. So you get that on top of whatever that distance is. So I think I might need to get extra long ones or something. It wasn't that easy to find. I just figured I would look up, eBay 8-string guitar strings. There doesn't seem to be that many options. The one I'm looking at is there's Ernie Balls, and they're about 12 quid or something like that. I really don't know which ones to go for. I kind of want to. I'd like to keep it in standard tuning. Well, the 6 strings that are normal in standard tuning. Then the next obvious one is to put that as a B, so that you're this basing, the relativeness of it's the same. So it's kind of like basically the bottom 4 strings are a bass. tuned up 2 notes. So instead of being E, it's F sharp. But apart from that, so it's like I'm having a bass with a capo 2 on it using these 4 strings. There you got your octaves. Although maybe slightly short scale bass. The short scale bass is about normally 29 or 30 inches. This is 27, so it's a wee bit shorter, but it doesn't have the fat string. But tuned to the F sharp, I don't know. I mean, who does? I wonder. You wonder is there a way of getting more strings on it so it just is a bass? You get E, A, D, G, and then just then a 7-string guitar. Anyway, 20 minutes of just rocking about. So don't give up on 8-string guitars. I'm hopefully doing here. See, look at it, you can actually see the mad pattern on this. It's not just jet black the way it looks. It's quite expensive when it's through neck and everything. But this is actually a really nice guitar. Indonesian, I think it said on it. Jai 15, so maybe only 5 years old as well. Not aesthetically what I would be after, but the thing is, if you start putting, I've seen people put 7-string. I've actually built a 7-string Telecaster, and you do obviously get sort of Telecaster shaped things, but it kind of look weird with the fat neck. Whereas something like this is really, I think, like Les Pauls as well. They kind of look funny when you put odd strings, so it's really got to be a sort of nondescript super strat shape. Also, I think it's Monley Jackson. I do have a Charvel somewhere, but so I should really have one of everything here. There's my reason for keeping it. Oh God!